Did you know there's a compass so you can tell your teammates what direction an enemy is? Get into the settings and make sure you have it turned on, and then actually use it to call out enemy positions such as they are south rather than just over there somewhere. We've got total beginner stuff and more in-depth tips all in no particular order. So number 2, mark those flags for points. If you're a squad leader, mark the flag you're going to capture, or mark one you're already holding so you get the points for still holding it after a certain amount of time. An easy way to get more points and climb the leaderboard. Tip 3, stop instantly re-peeking the same angle after taking damage. So many people take damage, duck into cover, and then can't resist poking their head back out from exactly the same spot within 5 seconds. In future, switch your position or delay your peek, or just simply move on. Tip 4, widen your field of view. Most players will not find the default setting to be optimal. You don't have to play on maximum like me if you don't want to, but try boosting it up so you have better peripheral vision to see enemies around you and sometimes negate that visual recoil in certain situations. Useful so far? Throw me a follow to help me get to 100k subs finally and get super regular Battlefield content for your enjoyment. Thank you. You also get 10% caller for life. Try it out. Tip 5, crosshair centering. Put your crosshair where the enemy are likely to come from. Whether it be when you're running up a hill, pre-aiming a corner or whatever, it's super easy to get lazy with this and forget, so make it a habit. The less you have to adjust your aim when an enemy appears on screen, the better chance you've got of staying alive. Tip 6, crosshair color. You can change this in the settings. If you find the default to not help your eyes stay focused on it in important moments, pick the color that you want. I've used green in Battlefield now for years. Tip 7, select fire mode. Guns often have different ways of firing, so use this input when needed. Most commonly on Battlefield, you can set your full auto weapons to semi-auto, so you can instead fire single bullets at a time at enemies at a distance for greater precision. Or tip 8, burst fire. Some guns are way more effective at mid to long range if you burst out a few controlled rounds rather than just holding down the trigger, giving you better overall lethality. Experiment with the guns to see how they best perform. Tip 9, spotting. Use the spotting input so you can mark enemies, making them not just easier for you to track, but also informing your allies of their location, making you a better teammate. Tip 10, strafing. When using a suitable weapon, win more 1v1 gunfights by not just standing still. Move side to side a little and throw the enemy off. A harder to hit target is a target that stays alive more consistently. Tip 11, turn off motion blur in the settings. This is better for most players. While you're at it, try turning off all the other filters such as chromatic aberration and vignette. That stuff might be good for single player experiences, but for multiplayer, keep it all simple and clear. Tip 12, switching to your sidearm is faster than reloading. Have you got an enemy weak but you're out of available rounds and in a pinch? Get used to pulling out your sidearm to finish that kill and stay alive. Tip 13, throw on a magnified scope if you're struggling with visibility of enemies. It's worked wonders for me. I often had problems seeing the enemies in Battlefield games, but throwing on a 3 or 4x scope and then actually looking ahead at the areas before running into them has solved so many of my issues. Give it a go. Tip 14, slow down, which ties in perfectly with our previous tip. If you're having a rough time getting used to this game or just a bad round, slow things down. You don't have to sprint into every engagement and try to outgun everybody. Bring the tempo down, play your angles, lock down areas of the map, and learn how the rounds tend to flow. Tip 15, boost icon colors. Icons such as enemy markers not standing out to you maybe? Get into the settings and tweak the colors for how bright and saturated they are. Get them to really pop on the screen for you. Tip 16, check the minimap for ally deaths. If someone died over there, there's action there. A lot of deaths in a certain area, a lot of action there. And man, if you run into a corner with a death marker in it, don't be surprised when you suddenly die. Use the minimap info to your advantage. So many players don't do this. An easy way to be better than they are. Tip 17, follow the flow of combat via flags. Are you playing Conquest and not sure which direction to focus on? Use the flags. This seems so simple again, but so many players aren't fully engaging the brain between objectives. Don't just randomly run off in a direction, way out in the middle of nowhere. Look at the flags you have and don't have, and use that info to pick your next goal and predict where the enemies are likely to come from. Tip 18, use the vehicles when available. Don't be like me, or at least the way I have been for so many years, and I'm trying to break this now. Only playing infantry. If a tank is available on an objective, use it. They're extremely powerful and it stops the enemy from running up and taking it. These small decisions can totally alter the result of a skirmish or overall round. Blast some bad guys with the big guns. Tip 19, hit the tank weak spots. Okay, so say the enemy do have a tank or two, blast them from the back if you can. Find the weak spot. It allows you to make light work of them without using too many vital explosive resources and reducing the risk to your life. Tip 20, don't underestimate the AA guns, another battlefield asset that is wildly ignored by so many, and in fact stationary weapons in general. Jump on one as you're passing by and scan the sky or whatever is in front of you. Blast it all down and then move on from there. Tip 21, change guns, loadouts, or your class accordingly as you play around, if you need to. You don't have to lock into whatever you selected at the start of a round if you don't want to. Avoid raging upon death and instead take a moment to think about how you can be more effective. Engineer to combat vehicles. A support if your teammates are dying a lot. Whatever it is, make the right choice. Tip 22, tweak weapon attachments. Guns can be massively improved via the attachment system. Find a good build because even more importantly, they can be improved for how you specifically play. Take your time to actually dive into the attachments available or find a guide if you're struggling. Something I'll be focusing on this channel a bit, and I'm putting my build guide cheat sheets all in one easy access place so you don't have to keep going back to videos once you've watched them. If you want to see those and support the channel for more videos like this, there's Patreon in the description from as little as $5 a month. It will massively help me keep doing this for long term, hopefully. Thank you very much. Tip 23, use the firing range. Test out guns in there if you need to, especially when doing your attachments such as in the last tip. Super easy way to check out different recoil with different attachments or just trying out different guns in general, saving you time and deaths. Tip 24, control that recoil. Perfectly leading on from the last tip again. Pull down on that stick or the mouse. Reduce recoil via attachments if you need to. Widen that field of view for lower visual recoil firing from the hip and use wide aiming view for aiming down sights. Combine all of these things and practice to beam those enemies more consistently. Tip 25, crouch during gunfights. This builds upon movement during gunfights that I mentioned earlier with strafing. A quick crouch or two during a tight gunfight might be what you need to get the enemy to miss. Sometimes you'll take a bullet to the face, but more often than not, it'll see you in good stead. Just make sure you're actually landing your shots, because if you're missing a lot, what's the point? You might find it easier if you're on a controller to use the right stick for crouching. That tip, others from this list, and lots we don't cover today can be found in my complete settings guide for controllers on BF6, which is linked in the description if you want to check it out after this video. Tip 26, jump shots. What's the opposite of crouching? I would say maybe jumping. And you can do it while shooting in this game. You can also use it to jump corners to catch enemies by surprise. The more moves you've got, the more lethal you can be in 1v1 fights. Although of course, aiming is king. Again, if you're missing, you're gonna die. Tip 27, fake outs. Those situations where you see someone in your peripheral vision and you keep running as if you haven't seen them, then you quickly come back and take them down as they try to chase you. Super effective. Tip 28, stand back from the window. You don't always need to be right in it, especially if you think someone is pre-aiming it. Sometimes standing back from it can be better because that little adjustment needed by the enemy might be what sees you kill them rather than them kill you. Tip 29, don't block your teammates. Stop running straight at them and blocking where they're looking or walking in front of them when they're firing. It's so unnecessary and a really irritating habit that's very easy to avoid. Tip 30, watch a different angle. If you're holding a building or flag with teammates, why are you all staring at the same door or sightline? Watch a different angle and lock down that position rather than allowing an enemy to come in and multi-kill all of you. Tip 31 is absolutely linked to tip 30. Watch your flank and your 6 or behind you, whether it be taking a quick glance now and again or checking the minimap. Smart players will often take a different path or angle from the other players. Shut them down by just being conscious of that possibility. Tip 32, line up enemy positions on the minimap. Yes, another useful minimap tip. When you're approaching a red dot on the minimap, you can actively line up your perspective with them with the red dot by using the minimap, ensuring you're looking directly at where they're going to be when you get there. These small things can make a big difference. Tip 33, don't use the same window as an ally. My god, please stop walking into the window that I'm already using. Battlefield maps have so many positions to utilize, you don't need to use a window that your teammate is already in. This should be so obvious, but it happens multiple times every time I play the game or stream it. Just do better. Tip 34, positioning wins. Out-position the enemy. Move from cover to cover. Utilize those corners and angles. Catch the enemy running through open space whilst you kept to a sensible area with limited sight lines. If you only have to react to 2 directions the enemy can come from, you've got more chance of reacting to it than if they have 9,000 places they can shoot you from. Use your brain, position yourself better. Tip 35, 45, flanking. Why are you charging to the same place that 6 of your teammates are already heading to? And if they're already getting torn down by bullets, especially don't go charging through there. Take the alternative path and hit the enemies from another angle. If they're already laying down fire somewhere else, they're easy pickings for you as they have no idea you're lining them up from somewhere else. Tip 36, head glitches. This is an old term, but essentially, look out for positions on the map that allow you to look out over cover at enemies that don't have the same benefit. So just your head or the top of your chest is sticking out. A player completely exposed is obviously far more likely to die when against an enemy with only their head showing. Tip 37, high ground. Somewhat similar to point 36, but not the same. It's generally easier to shoot down at enemies than it is to shoot up at them, especially if cover is involved. Also, a lot of players just don't look up very often. Get those high ground positions and take advantage. Tip 38, explode enemy positions. BF6 is built around destruction and a lot of it. If the enemy are holding down a building and causing you problems, alter the building by taking parts of it out. Tip 39, call out enemy positions when you die. If you're playing with your friends or squad on voice comms, don't just rage every time you die. Quickly say where the enemy killed you from and where they're going to. Tip 40, use your gadgets. You're not just a walking gun. If you have ammo and health, give it to your teammates. If you're running explosives, target those tanks and so on. Too many players aren't utilizing their full kit. Like support players, if you can revive in a good situation, make sure you do. Tip 41, use all of the guns. Experimentation and discovery can lead you to your best guns that you might otherwise have assumed you wouldn't like. It also teaches you how to play against those guns when the enemy are using them. Tip 42, sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail. You can't always win and you can't always play as well as you usually do. Enjoy the good games and try to learn from the bad ones. It's a game after all. I need to do better with this. Tip 43, practice makes perfect. Play and play more. Don't stress if you're bad when you start. Put the timing whilst enjoying yourself. You will improve relative to your ability level right now. Don't give up on the first day or week or month as long as you're having a good time. Just push through the tricky part and get better. A lot of people are bad when they first start out on Battlefield. Tip 44, warm up. Most players won't need to do this, or just won't choose to, but a small percentage might benefit from it. If you're someone that starts off really cold when you first jump on, consider warming up with the firing range, with bots, with something on Portal, whatever, rather than jumping straight into normal multiplayer and dying a whole bunch. Tip 45, playing with a focus provides better improvements. Playing helps, obviously, but playing trying to improve something specific means you focus on it until it's taking effect. Take any tip you want to implement and focus on doing that for your play session. Crosshair centering, moving cover to cover, whatever it is, actually do it for the full session rather than just playing and assuming you'll be doing it. Then move on to another thing you want to improve on once you've nailed the one you're already working on. Tip 46, organized squads do better. There's nothing wrong with playing solo, but if you want to do better, consider roping in your friends to play with you, or go looking for a group. If you're struggling with that, my Discord server is in the description. It's free to join. Sometimes people are looking for other people to play with. Tip 47, weapon counters. It's a rock, paper, scissors game. Use what's going to counter whatever is causing you significant issues. Loads of SMGs gunning you down? Maybe try a shotgun. Assault rifles taking you out at mid to long range? Maybe pull out an LMG and play a bit more passively. Tip 48, stop reloading after every kill. I also have periods where I go back to doing this. It's a terrible, terrible habit. Reload when you need to and when the situation allows. Don't just hit reload as soon as you kill someone, as a follow-up enemy will easily take you out as you're doing it. Tip 49, take tactical pauses rather than just camping. You can go slow, you can be passive, you can hold down a sightline, you can just take a breather for a minute. Pick the right moment and the right spot. This is far more useful than lying down in one random place for the whole round and actively helps you to get better at the game faster. Tip 50, fun matters the most. We've touched on this a little in some other tips, but it's supposed to be fun. Play when you have fun and have fun when you play. And this will also help you to improve. Make sure it's the key reason for being on the game. Now, all that had to be worth you liking the video and subscribing for loads more content like this to help you or entertain you. Thanks again to anyone that joins the Patreon in the description for even more tips and guides. And YouTube is now suggesting another video of mine to you that it thinks you'll enjoy. I'll see you over there.